Hello everyone, Megabuild Games here, and this is a slightly different kind of Sims 3 Let's Play because I've done way too many in the first place, and yeah, I wanted to do something different and make it interesting for me, like I said. So, we are doing a little challenge, and this challenge is called the Nothing is Free Challenge. Now, to begin, you need a completely empty world. Lots can be laid out if you want, but none of them can have anything on them. Just like that, you make one sim only, no pets, no nothing, and you move the sim into an empty lot in an empty world, and then you begin. Basically, you can't get a career. There's no rabbit hole, so you can't get jobs, and you can't register as self-employed because there's no city hall, which is annoying, and so you actually have to make money yourself. And you've got to try and get generations going, which is very hard but also very fun. And you can earn rabbit holes. You can earn rabbit holes after doing certain things, and we'll go into that a bit later. I just wanted to explain the rules. I'm gonna go through all the general rules first, and then I'll elaborate. This is me making the sim, by the way. I thought I'd do that while I was explaining the thing, because it's a little bit annoying if I were to just explain it while I was playing, because then I'd have to read it off the bit and try and play at the same time. So yeah, general rules. Number 1, aging may be set however you like as long as you don't touch it after you've started. This challenge tends to punish you for setting it too long by making it take forever, and for making it too short by making meeting the requirements difficult. Keeping it at the default or around there seems to be perfect. Also, story progression should be on. Okie dokie. This challenge has no scoring system and no definite endpoint. However, once you've reached the point where your city is pretty much completely built up, you can declare yourself victorious. And if the city you end up with is better than someone else's, you can consider yourself even more victorious than they are. Of course, that's all subjective. No cheating, especially by doing anything that helps with skilling or money. That's the whole point of the challenge, really. Generally speaking, mods and objects that make your game run better are okay, while mods and objects that make playing the game easier are not. Fixing bugs is never considered cheating. Do what you have to do in order to save your game. Blah 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 blah. And of course, all mods that make it harder for you to play are obviously allowed, because you can't make it easier, but you can make it harder, of course. When using Edit Town mode, you're not allowed to build any residences. Your sim isn't immediately going to purchase or change the designation of any community lot from No Visitors Allowed unless it is about to be purchased or has been otherwise earned. You may not abuse lots you don't have by putting fancy skilling or mood boosting objects there so that your sim doesn't have to buy them at home. That made no sense. Landscaping tables and benches, that sort of thing, are fine. Hot tubs and grand pianos are not. Rabbit hole lots should be mainly the rabbit hole and landscaping. Visitors allowed and no visitors allowed lots should be used sparingly and only for places without much in them. Small parks should be just that. If you can fish, then it is a fishing spot. If it has skilling objects like chess tables in a big park, if it has objects like chess tables, it's a big park. The only non-decorative objects in salons and junkyards besides what you're there for is maybe a bathroom. Okay. Fire stations need to be fully outfitted to keep everyone working there happy, but I think you get the picture. Be reasonable. It's always acceptable to use mods or cheats whose effects are purely cosmetic, blah 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 blah. Probably won't be doing that. Each sim may only earn one community lot for you. So if your sim has maxed cooking and has 61,500 simoleons, then you may not get both the diner and the bistro. You need a second sim to max cooking and get both. And it must be the same sim. If you have one sim with max handiness and another with athletics, you haven't earned the military base. It has to be the same person. Also, lots that don't require any skills must be earned by a specific sim and purchased with their household money, and you may not change your mind about which one did it. Your sim may not sell any of the lots that they purchase for any viable venue. You may only edit through the real estate system unless you're fixing a bug. If a venue becomes unowned due to Sims dying or whatever, another Sim must purchase it so that you can edit it using their money instead of the unending supply you get in Edit Town mode. You may freely switch households whenever you want, providing that the household you're leaving behind is fully furnished, meaning they've got a functional kitchen, bathroom and enough beds for all the Sims living in it, enclosed by walls with flooring and wall coverings. It doesn't have to be a spectacular house, but it's got to be a house, pretty much. Though if every residence in your city is terrible, then your city is terrible. Pretty much. The only way to fail this challenge is if all Sims you could possibly control in the city die. If you have world adventures, any Sims who go on vacation are disqualified from earning any community lots. Sims who have already earned a community lot for you suffer no penalties. If you have ambitions, the rules for professions are as follows. Firefighters are allowed if you have a fire station, investigators when you have a police station, ghost hunters when you have a science lab, stylists when you have a salon, architectural designers are allowed when you have a city hall. No, all self-employed careers are unlocked by the city hall, but that's just the way the game's designed. If you have ambitions, it is acceptable to make a child's imaginary friend real, and boarding schools are fully allowed. The inheritance reward is not okay, in fact. It's the only lifetime reward that's not okay. Daycares are allowed with you Daycares are allowed if you have a city hall. All things pets are allowed. Obviously you can't make a pet at the beginning. If you have showtime, the dusty old lamp is allowed, but you may not wish for money. A stage may be added to any normally earned big park. Stages may be included in any other lot, but the Sim earning the lot must be a level 10 performer in addition to its other requirements. An acrobat, magician and singer are allowed when you have a big park with a stage. If you have supernatural, I'm going for all these ones I don't actually have. Why am I doing that? If you have university life, any Sims who go to university are disqualified from earning any community lots. Sims who have already earned a community lot for you suffer no penalties. Roommates are allowed, but at minimum they must be assigned their own bed. If you lock them out of part of the house, they must be granted a similar space of their own. For example, if you lock them out of your private bathroom, then they must be provided with a private bathroom of their own. If you have Island Paradise, ports do not have to be earned, but shouldn't contain anything beyond the port itself. Mooring places, bike racks, parking spaces, and minor decor and landscaping. Houseboats have the same rules as regular houses. Lifeguards are allowed when you have a city and at least a city hall even, and at least one beach. If you have Into the Future, only Sims who have maxed logic or science and handiness or inventing may travel into the future. This does not count as earning a lot, and travelling into the future does not disqualify a Sim from earning a lot. However, the Sonic Shower, Food Synthesizer, Drink Synthesizer, Retail Display Pedestals, Dream Pod, Holo Computer, Holo Disc, Jetpack and Wind Carver can only be purchased in the present if the Sim in the current household who has been to both the future and has maxed advanced technology. I'm just reading this and nothing's actually going in. But there we go. If you instead have a Sim who has been to the future and not yet maxed advanced technology, they may bring these back with them from the future, but can't buy more in the present. If you instead have a Sim who has maxed advanced technology but has not yet been to the future, then you may only buy more of whichever items your household already has. The rules for the Laser Rhythmicon and Bot Workshop are the same as the ones for the above items, except that their respective skills are required rather than advanced technology. Rules for moving Sims in or out. Sims may only be moved into a household using social interaction and not by using the Edit Town mode or a mod unless you're experiencing a bug or something like that. If the Sim you're moving in is an NPC, you can't keep the 20,000 simoleons they bring with them. The money must be wasted in some way, such as the family funds sheet. On the other hand, if they're a Sim living in another household in the city or currently homeless, then you may accept whatever money they bring in when they move in. Sims may only be moved out of a household using their phone or computer and not using the Edit Town mode. All Sims that are moved out, no matter which method you use, must be provided with a home. You may not use the kick out option or leave Sims on the clipboard if you're using Edit Town. You may not move an entire family from one lot to another. At least one family member must be left in the old house. Similarly, you may not ask a sim who is living alone to move in with you. The way to tell a difference... an easy way to tell the difference is if the dialogue box is indicating that their home will be sold and such. Blah, 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 blah. I think we've got it. Anyways, I'm guessing that I'm done making the sim now, so let's get into it. Right then, let's get her moved in. This is Brooke Roberts, in case you missed the name on the thing, and as you can see, completely empty world. Lovely and empty. We're in Island Paradiso. Isla Paradiso. Isla Paradiso. Really. But there we go. And we're going to... oh, we need to be in game setup. That would explain it. Still items in my... yeah, I don't care if they're lost. They were the old people. Let's have her. And we shall move her in a nice small little lot. That ought to do it. Let's get you started, girl. I think I'm missing sounds, actually. Give me a sec. What we don't want is music, but we want sounds. Annoyingly, we don't want music. Alright, let's check the channels on my actual thingo. Yeah, it's muted. Right, we don't want music. I'm okay with everything else. That is quite loud. Let's get it turned down. Yeah, that'll do. Oh, I like that billboard. That's actually quite cool. Right, let's actually get her some form of home-ish thing. We don't need that. For now, it is going to be the biggest wreck of a place ever. It's going to be a little studio apartment because you don't need anything more than just a room. Really? Oh, annoyingly that's not all on the right level. So now I have to even it out, and that costs money. No, it doesn't. Oh, thank God. That will be a big enough space. Let's get a doorway. I will fancify this later. In fact, I will do a lot more than bloody fancify it. I will completely rebuild it, more likely. Ugh, hideous bricks. That works. And then we'll get some flat wall going on. Good old flat wall. And a nice wood floor. That ought to do it. Windows. Cheapies. That one's quite cheap. And gives you loads of light, which is always nice. So yeah, right, build mode. That was easy. If we get bed in here. And we can have kitchen along the back. Oh, fine. Obviously, stove wants to be in the corner. Alarm clock. Not alarm clock. Fire alarm must go in, because since we have no fire department or anything, well, the rules suggest that you can't have a fire department. No, I mean, the rules state you can't call a fireman unless you have a fire department, is what I meant to say. After all that babbling. What to do? And we want a desk, since she's going to make her money being a writer. Now, computer is quite the investment to make, straight off the bat, but I feel it's worth it. And then we need a toilet and a shower. Wait a second. Get rid of that window there, so that then we can shower it up. I hate that. Why is the door like that? Obviously you want to have a shower that goes into a wall, right? And the door's there. I just don't understand that. That will always bewilder. Anyways, this is our shack. We better put a light in. That does the trick. And a phone, and then we're done. How awesome. I didn't mean to put it on wonk, but why not? Right, live mode, live mode. Either. Right then. Let's get to it. Writing. Start writing a fiction novel. This first generation is going to be quite boring, I have to say. Why not? Why not just call it that? I don't know how long I've been recording for. I also don't know how long the beginning bit was, so that's always useful. Oh, it's defocus muting. I hate that. So now I can actually check how long I've been recording for while I'm playing and do stuff. Oh wow, she got £8. Check her out. Welp! Can you sell that for money? Yes! Boom. I'm just going to sell everything that appears on my lot that I don't particularly need. Right, looks like she's going to need a bit of fun. Play a video game. Play skate.
Oh, Ibid!
I love her hair. Her hair is freaking awesome. Nice zoom shot on that shower right there. Party box. Whatever Ushta means. I'm going to quickly check something while that's going on.
Citron!
Where's that file? How long is it? 10 minutes. So, that's cool. That's cool. We're going good at the moment. Right, stop that. Too much fun for you. Go back to writing. Why'd you have to get up and get back down again? Gotta get up to get down, apparently. So yeah, this is... Meth Lab on Wheels has returned. The bloody glare off that thing, it's like so bloody bright. But yeah. That's that. I think this is a reasonable time to call it a quit. And we return in the next episode.